Hey guys, I'm back with another anime review. Hey guys, this is going to be one that is going to be both dubbed and subbed, and I ended up watching it dubbed, and I believe it's only on Crunchyroll. This is, of course, the high school prodigies have it easy, even in another world. It is a pretty long name, so just bear with it. And just like its name, it also has a lot of characters, so I'll try to be as fast as possible with the review. I don't want to give too much either, but oh well. Before I continue though, a few things. If you have not done so by now, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell button if you guys don't mind, and you'll be notified when I go live or when I upload videos. There's also a giveaway happening. Should still be happening depending when I posted this video, but ends on February 15th. So make sure you go and check that video out and be part of an awesome giveaway. It is the biggest and last until I reach 3,000. So if you want more giveaways and you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Lastly, guys, I want to encourage you guys to watch more anime reviews. I have quite a bit of them that came out last week. They're coming out this week. They're coming out in a few more days. And then as I finish stuff, I'll be watching more. There's other series that I want to do that are not seasonal like this one, and I have a new series in my channel that I'll be releasing, but I'll talk about that later. Anyways, guys, this is for now. There is a spoiler alert because I will talk about it in some detail, so I don't want to ruin it. The characters itself in the anime, there's just so many of them. There's Aoi, there's Kaine, there's Tsukasa, there's Ringo, there's Akatsuki, there's Masano, there's Shinobu, I believe. I believe those are all the superhumans or the prodigies. And essentially, they all end up in this new world, another world, and it's an isekai of all these characters going together to this new world. And essentially, they all have their own characteristic, how good they are in certain things. Like Aoi is she is a martial artist, the best one in the world. Kaine is a medical prodigy. Tsukasa is a political prodigy. You have Ringo, who is an amazing scientist, engineer. She can build basically anything, and that really comes into hand. Akatsuki, he is a magician. He does all this great stuff. And there's Masato, which I don't remember what he does. Maybe he's the politician, and Tsukasa was just the leader. I don't know. But essentially, they end up in this world. They end up helping a village and eventually taking over a city. Yeah. And essentially, it becomes a kingdom building anime, and the main character that is doing most of the work is Tsukasa. And essentially, what he does is that he lets the city know that they're actually gods, and they're there to protect them, and their angels are the other people that are with him, and they're there to protect them and basically rebuild the city and help them from the evil reign of where they're at. Their main goal is to make a democracy, and that is shown throughout the entire series. They basically do different stuff, and they go against different people, but the main, I guess, villain in the entire series is Gustav. There is other villains like the politicians or the noblemen that were already set in the city that eventually become friends to them. There's a marketing villain towards the beginning of the anime, but the reoccurring, at least the one that does a lot of damage to them, is Gustav. And El Gustav, or how he's known, is essentially the leader of a different city, and he's able to use fire magic, and essentially what they figure out is that he's able to use these fire spirits and control them, and He's just very, very overpowerful person, but they're still able to defeat him with the technology that they build up themselves. Again, they do have a genius on their hand who is Ringo. She is genius when it comes to mechanics and science, and she's able to make even up to like a small level atomic bomb where they almost think they defeated him, but he comes back again. He comes back twice. So they think they killed him twice, and he comes back and actually dead. So I'm not surprised if in the second season he is still alive, but we'll see. I forgot to mention another character, which is Shinobu. I think I did mention her, but I didn't mention what she's prodigy of. She's a ninja, essentially. She's one of the best ninjas. And Shinobu is also a very recurring character throughout the entire series, where she gets intel for the city, and she's always away from the city trying to get more information of what's going on outside the world. And she does become very important to the group because she's basically the ears and eyes of the group outside of the city. So very important character. Lastly, I think the only thing that I want to talk about when it comes to the plot is going to be Ringo and Tsukasa, and then this other girl, Liro, I believe is her name. They're basically, it's like a love triangle. These two girls love Tsukasa. Tsukasa obviously is the main guy character. Obviously there's more main guy characters, but he's like the main one. And these two girls are infatuated with him. Ringo obviously is another prodigy, and the Liru girl is an elf girl. So there is essentially a little bit of a love story. There's one episode where Ringo and Tsukasa go on a date, and the whole episode is just based on their date, and it's kind of sweet. It's kind of it just shows their humanity. They might be prodigies and geniuses, but they still feel and think the same things that us humans do. So us humans, they're human too. Us normies. Anyways, so they essentially do have a human side to them. I guess I want to say that they're not so robotic, because there is times where they think so analytically, they think so this is the way that's going to be done, that it's kind of weird, but they do have that soft side to them. So overall, great anime. When I gave my first impressions, there was one thing that I was very concerned about, and it was just how ecchi the first episode was. And I think the first 3 or 4 episodes were like that, and there was some ecchi scene they had to push in into those episodes. Now, once you get past those episodes, those scenes are less and less reoccurring, which is nice. I've always talked about how I don't like how animes depend on etchiness to attract people or keep them from watching their anime. The story should be good enough to keep people watching it, but sometimes they have to rely on these, I call them cheap tricks of intriguing guys into, look, it's an anime about pretty girls, come and watch this. So I just don't like that. I don't think that's necessary. And the story is actually pretty good. I did in fact enjoyed the series. Eventually they stopped with their edginess. There's still a few here and there that I think are fine because they're necessary to the plot. But in the beginning, it was just like, okay, why do you have to have all that? You don't have to have all those scenes, but later on it was fine. So I think that's the only critique I had for my first impressions, and it became better. It didn't actually define the anime, which was great. Now, was it great for the anime? Unfortunately, no. I don't think I saw a lot of people talk about it. The people that were like me, that were bothered by the scenes, stopped watching it, and the people that I guess really wanted more etchiness, once the etchiness stopped, they stopped watching it. So it wasn't really a well-talked anime. It wasn't really a well-discussed anime, even though it was subbed and dubbed. It was reaching to the both anime communities. it still wasn't just, it wasn't loved as much as I think it should have. And nowadays you're competing with reoccurring animes that people just are attached to, like Attack on Titan and Sao and One Piece and My Hero Academia, and there's so many fandoms, and that and also Black Clover, that people tend to watch only those and don't focus on the newer ones like this one. But I think this one was good. It's promising for maybe a second season, if they were able to have a second season. I don't know if they were even able to make some money out of it, but we'll see. Hopefully there is a second season. I think it deserves a second season. I think if it is, people will at least give the first season a chance, and then they'll see from there if they will continue enjoying it or not. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Out of 10, I'm going to put this one at a 7 out of 10. I don't put it higher just because it is an isekai. It has a lot of isekai reoccurring events that kind of happen in other isekai, and a little bit of the etchiness also affected that score. But it's still high enough where I think you should at least give it a shot. Again, it is dubbed and subbed on Crunchyroll. It should be now free for everyone. The 12th dubbed episode might not be free for everyone, but you just wait a week and it'll be free if you guys don't want to pay. So go do that. Also, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, Animes Review 711, or go join my Discord. We have a awesome family there where we're talking about anime and just life in general. Also, if you want to watch more videos, go check them out on my channel, be part of the giveaway, and I think that's it. Like always, guys, don't be strangers. See you guys.